Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. I usually don't do product reviews, but this video is actually going to be a product review of the Volquartsen Firefly Bolt. Now this bolt's been out for a little while and it is designed to shoot these guys. This is some CCI quiet. Now this ammunition has been out for several years, but it has its limitations. It is a good ammunition. I have done a review on it probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And the problem with this particular kind of ammunition is that it will not cycle out of a semi-automatic platform, whether it be a pistol or a rifle. So Volquartsen created the Firefly Bolt to be able to cycle in your Ruger 1022 the CCI quiet. Before we get too far in the video, I've got to show you that it will not cycle in a regular Ruger 1022. It just won't. I've tried it multiple times, but I will prove to you that it will not for video's sake. All right, nothing. Nope. All right, so as you can tell, your semi-automatic rifle becomes a bolt action rifle when you're using some CCI quiet. Now, let me show you the Firefly Bolt. Now I have the Volquartsen 1022. This is probably one of the nicest, if not the nicest 1022 that I own. I've got a little Trigicon optic on top of here. Now, if you take a regular 1022 bolt and put it in this rifle, guess what? It still will not cycle the CCI quiet. There's nothing special about this setup besides the bolt. You can take this bolt that's in here now and put it in a standard 1022 and it's going to cycle the CCI quiet. I've got 10 rounds loaded up. Let's do a little bit of shooting to show you that it will cycle. All right, the first few rounds I'm going to miss on purpose just to show you how quiet it is. All right, now let's try to hit something. All right, well there you go. It will cycle them and cycle them perfectly. So now let's go over a few specs on this bolt. The bolt weighs a total of 3 ounces, okay? It's very light. Now, if you buy the bolt, it also comes with a buffer that you can replace, the recoil buffer. And what this will allow this to do is to shoot it pretty quietly. If you have a standard buffer back here, you're going to hear a small ping. Okay, we want to try to keep this rifle as quiet as possible. So you get a replacement buffer. You also get a Volquartsen extractor and a Volquartsen firing pin. So it's a pretty good setup if you want to keep the noise volume down where you're shooting. Now that we went over a few of the specs on this Firefly Bolt, I do have to give you a few words of caution. Volquartsen says on their website not to fire any ammunition over 1,000 feet per second. So your match ammunition firing at 1,080 and 1,050 feet per second, they don't recommend you shooting it out of the Firefly Bolt. So the high velocity traveling around 1,250 feet per second and the hyper velocity ammo pushing up there around 1,600 feet per second, you can forget about it. So that's your velocitors and your stingers. I wouldn't shoot them out of this bolt. But now let's do a little bit more shooting. I have in my hands one of these 110 round magazines made by GSG. This magazine was sent to me by Magazine Warehouse, and I will put a link at the bottom of this video if you're curious about getting the bolt or this magazine. I don't know how it's going to function out of this setup, but I am shooting some of the CCI quiet. These are the segmenting hollow points. All right, what can I shoot first? All right, let's go right here close. All right. All right, let's go across the creek. All right, 100 yards. All right, I had a failure to fire. All right, I'm out. So I had about 40 or 50 rounds in this magazine. Like I said, it will hold 110 rounds. I only had 1 failure to fire. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now, I know you're asking yourself, well, yeah, that's pretty cool seeing all the smoke come out of that barrel. Can you throw a suppressor on here? Will it make it quieter? I just so happen to have a suppressor. Let me hook it up and let's do some more shooting. All right, for comparison, I have a regular Ruger 1022 with CCI quiet And over here, I have my Volquartsen with the Firefly Bolt. Now it's going to be hard to manipulate these things. So first, let's shoot the one that is not suppressed, okay? Wow, that's quiet. Now I know that didn't cycle, and I know it's hard to hear things. Wow, that is very, very quiet. Let's put this Ruger 1022 down, and let's just shoot this one. I think I've got like 7 or 8 more rounds. Let's go over to 100 yards. Wow, that's quiet. All right, now that would be the ultimate setup. Now, the suppressor does make it quiet, but it is hearing safe to shoot it without a suppressor. Now, why the Firefly Bolt? Well, this is the big reason. A lot of people don't want to buy a suppressor. Now, suppressors are legal in almost every state in the United States, and I have a couple rimfire suppressors. I enjoy shooting suppressors, but a lot of people don't want to spend the $300 on a rimfire suppressor and then pay the government another $200 for a tax stamp. So they're going to have $500 in something that basically is just going to make them shoot quieter. Now, if you're shooting the CCI quiet ammo with this Firefly Bolt, you can pretty much eliminate a suppressor, okay? But you have to shoot the CCI quiet ammo. But, you know, that is basically why this was created by Volquartsen, is because people want to shoot quieter, whether they're going to be doing varmint control, you know, in a subdivision or whatever have you, and they don't want the neighbors to hear them shoot, and they want to be able to give instructions to a new shooter or a young shooter without having hearing protection in, because it's much easier to shoot with a suppressor or this quiet ammo when giving those directions and instructions. But you know what? I'm kind of digging this Firefly Bolt. But guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. Go over to my Facebook page, Instagram, or Twitter and ask them there. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep plinking. So I need, son of a biscuit eater.